guess I better bring you guys over here. I might need that head net after all. Mosquito net, head net. Never remember what to call that thing. Yeehaw. Oh, come on, bugs. Leave me alone. It was a little bit buggy last night going to bed, so I went to sleep with this on. Guess I didn't say hi to you guys yet. Decided to come out on a moment's notice last night. I think it got about 60 degrees last night, maybe 59, 58 up here in the hills. I started off up that hill last night and set my stuff up, and it got a bit windy. And I didn't know if it was going to be real persistent or if it was just a temporary thing because of where I was located in these hills, but I wadded everything up and came down here. I'm not sure how much better it was. I've got a hill here, and then 180 degrees I've got a hill there, and then this is a game trail that comes up through here and then goes down there. This is kind of an intersection for 3 game trails. Didn't hear any critters last night. I slept pretty soundly once I cooled off and got to bed. The ground was a bit hot last night, so I ran the reflective side down. I still was on top of the Reflectix, and I didn't really need it for heat, but it gave a little bit of padding from the ground's real rocky here. It's granite. Got some crispy bacon. Some nice eggs. Get out of here. Oh my goodness. Bugs. Get lost. That fancy feast is a hot son of a gun. This is my little desert kit, guys. I think I had this sitting out when I was reviewing my get home bag. I've got a few extra things for filming, like the camera, tripod, that's always with me. I've got my 1042 binoculars. I had a couple of water. I went through those between last night and this morning. My little egg holders there. I just had a pan in there. Little fancy feast with 4 ounces of fuel. We're warming up some water there. This is my little ADC bag that's strapped to the outside. Again, it's got everything with me, so anywhere I go, that's going to go along with. Bugs are still at me. I've got some tweezers in here. It's good for the cactus. And then I've got the pliers on my Swiss Army. And those are also great for cactus. For something, still got a bug in my eye here. So I've got these pliers on here. Kind of takes it a step above the tweezers. And then I've got the real fine tweezers in here. I haven't needed them this trip. I think you guys all know about these. I've got some little various compartments in here. I've got a zebra light headlight with a couple of extra batteries. It's actually all I took out because I wasn't planning on exploring last night. It just kind of came out to chill out and stargaze and listen to the animals. There was some coyotes last night. This is a little sharpener. It's always nice to have a little field sharpener. I got a bug that just loves my left eye. Little diamond sharpener, TMT I think. I've got some stakes and some zip ties. It's good for taking care of equipment. Some small stakes. Little simple fire kit here. Got my magnifier in there, a Bic lighter, my storm matches, a couple of wet fire. Extra battery for the camera. That's all I need with me on these quick overnight jobs. The side pockets contained the SOL escape bivvy rolled up in there. I might pack that back up for you to show you. And then I had a couple water bottles here on the outside. I've got a little survival whistle on some elastic right there. I've got a little caffeine shot for later. I may or may not drink it. It's kind of a little treat. I'm not a coffee drinker, so occasionally I'll drink something like that. These are my larger binoculars. These are for more longer range scanning. And this is a 15 by 56. It's got the mount already on it, ready to go. That just hooks up to the front there. But this is nice for when I dial in and sit and view off the tripod for 20 minutes, half an hour, a couple hours at a time. This gives me some real detailed observation that the 8s or the 10 powers don't give me. And then I've got half a gallon of water inside of here. I'm probably going to fill up one of these. Can take this off of there. That's actually boiling hot. I'm going to dumb it down a bit here. Bugs, 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 get lost. Urgh. We're back to this again. I'm glad to have it. It's annoying, but I'm glad to have it. the bugs are annoying. So, additionally, I've got this 5x7 blue tarp with a reflective backside. I had that down last night because the ground, it gets heated all day, and these rocks hold the heat, and I'm not sure how much it helps, but I figured better silver down. And then I've got a 5-foot Reflectix mat underneath here. I had that rolled up and strapped to the pack. I'll put that back together so that you guys can see how I packed that out. Shoes. I used the backpack as a pillow last night. I had fun with the 15s last night on the tripod, and I was kicking back. Here, I had the tripod pulled way low, and I had it elevated, and was checking out the moon last night, and just doing some stargazing. It was nice and dark out here, which is kind of cool. Got a little signal mirror here, and in this front pocket, got some soap, some toothpaste, razor, toothbrush, spare camera plate there for the tripod, got a spoon in there. That's about it. Woo. Boy, does that feel good to clean up, put some hot water on your face. Didn't need to shave, but hey man, everything's better out here. The closest I ever get to a cholla cactus is if I need a mirror up there. Anyhow, so I got cleaned up a little bit. I think I'm going to hike it back up to the top of that hill and get behind the optics there for a while. There's a deer that will stay in this area annually and won't migrate, and then there's other deer that will head up to the plateau country and Seven Springs, which is that way, because the elevation's higher and it's just easier to live up there, and there's the water's more abundant in some of those places without the deer having to rely upon human water sources. But they haven't migrated down yet, so they'll start migrating down by about Thanksgiving. We'll start seeing those deer come down this way, and then the rut starts in December. Just went down that little game trail that I was telling you guys about. It runs right up into this flat area that's about maybe 18 by 18 feet, and it's kind of dome shaped, but this way. I just camped on the flat up here. You can see that hill behind us. It's a little deceiving. It's actually quite large. You can see the saguaro cactus up on top. Those are about 30 feet tall. And this is one of my favorite places to find critters, find deer. I'll zoom out here a little bit. This section over here that runs right up into here holds a lot of Palo Verde trees, and holds a lot of deer. They like the shade up there. And then there's a couple of high trails that kind of parallel the top without them having to silhouette themselves up on the sky. And then right here is kind of a natural channel that goes around this huge divot in the hill. So if they come up out of these fingers right here, they have to go over this in order to come back down here. So this is a natural choke point for them. So I find lots of stuff traversing that area. Once they get down into here, it's a little hard to find. From this range, I'll probably pull out the 15s and start scoping those out. But those, it's 800 yards or so. But when they get in those trees, it's a little bit difficult to see them, especially after they bed up underneath the tree and they're not moving much. That's where the 15 power binoculars come in handy. This here is a ocotillo cactus, and you can see it's got these huge arms on it. Huge arms. I'm not sure if that's... This here is the ocotillo cactus. You can see they kind of fan out. They can get up to about 30 feet tall. 25 is a really good size. It's a big ocotillo. I'll annotate the spelling of that. They do grow little leaves along the branches. Looks like we got a little critter on there. A little grasshopper or something. Just hiding right there. It's pretty good size. He's about 2.5 inches long, almost 3 inches. You can see here's a double saguaro. Starts off at 1 at the base and immediately grew into 2. And you can see there's a nest in between there. The birds love these things because they offer such great protection. A lot of hawks will use saguaro cactus to build their nests, where the arms, in the crevices of the arms. I should probably do a plant video someday. Show you guys everything we have. Came in last night around the side of this one, but down low. All right, got up to a false summit here. The other one's actually over there. Little rock outcropping. This is a barrel cactus. These grow anywhere from half a foot to maybe even 6 feet high, maybe 5 feet. I've seen some 5-footers. I suspect they could get a little bigger. I just haven't seen one. They're a little bit more round, kind of bulb shaped. They don't grow anywhere near as tall as a saguaro. Their spines are curved. See how the tips curve downwards. This is probably to keep critters from going up them. These spines are not too bad. I mean, you don't want to fall into it, but it's not like a cholla cactus or anything like that. The saguaros have more straight needles, as you can see behind it. They're angled down, but they don't curve down. Birds have no problem, of course, but bobcat's probably not going to use a saguaro cactus unless it's afraid for its life. Okay, that's looking to the south, by the way, and east, and northeast. That's Continental Mountain. All right, it's looking back towards the east. This hill here and this hill, we were down at the bottom between these, right down there. I originally set up on this hill last night, and it was just too windy up there. Actually, not that one, this one. So I came back down here. You can see the valley. Not very far from civilization, of course. So it makes these trips so convenient. It's called Elephant Butte out there. Oh, and with regards to those barrel cactus, you'll hear a lot of, I guess, so-called survival experts say that you can cut off the top and that you can drink the water out of them. Now, there's 5 or 6 main species. I think there's 6, and there's really only one that you can safely drink the sap out of. It's kind of a milky, yucky, gluey substance. It's a lot more like glue than it is like water. So when you hear someone say, oh yeah, these barrel cactus hold water, it's like the survival oasis of the desert, it's completely false. There's really no free lunch out here when it comes to water. You have to know where it is, you have to know your local area and where that water is located. There's really only one little spring in this area, and it's about a 4-hour hike from where I'm at right now. By distance-wise, it's not very far, but it's mountainous. And the only way that I knew that it was there, it's not on the map. The only way I knew it was there is because I was glassing with the binoculars one day and saw where the foliage was a little bit different. And sure enough, there was a little seep back in there. I actually found a shed antler in there, which was kind of cool too. I wonder if I could do without this now. Maybe. I wish the bugs would get lost. So, yeah, when it comes to water out here, you really have to pack it in. You have to carry your water with you. And if you're traveling like a through hike or something like that, you have to know where the water stops are. And a lot of those are going to be cow tanks and water holes. Definitely going to want to filter it, of course, but you're probably going to want to filter it through a carbon filter as well, because drinking, even though the water, it's been purified, it's really gross, and boiling doesn't do anything. So on cow tanks out here, I would filter it first through the microfilter, probably the Sawyer. That's what I have with me right now, and I would also run that through a carbon filter, maybe even twice. All right, this tree here is a Palo Verde tree. It doesn't have any real thorns. It's kind of got these false spikes on the end. They can still stick you. Like this one's sticking me in the leg, but it's not really a true thorn. It's just kind of the way that the little branches taper. You know, gosh, you could certainly use that for a needle. I mean, it's sharp, but it's nothing like a cholla cactus or even a saguaro. Saguaro cactus are a little bit stiffer spined. This one's flexible. As they get to the tip here, they get less flexible. But it's a softer wood, and it's very, very pulpy. So when you go through it with a saw, you can't even call it dust really because it's so wet. But these trees actually hold quite a bit of moisture. They are susceptible to blowing over in the wind because they don't have a real huge root. It's probably one of the most common types of tree out here, and the tree that provides the most shade of all the trees in this particular area. Of course, there are cottonwood trees and stuff like that, but those are going to grow more near rivers and streams and that kind of thing. But out here, the Palo Verde tree is definitely your friend when it comes to shade. So a large Palo Verde tree, when you get these growing in close proximity, you can actually hang a hammock, run a hammock line from one to the other. It takes kind of the right circumstance. Usually these are going to grow thicker at the bottoms of washes. You see these belts of green through here and here. The Palo Verdes are going to grow a little bit thicker down in there, and they grow bigger because that's where the water runs down, and so you've got a good chance of putting a hammock down there. Now in really cold weather, you don't want to be in those valleys. By really cold, I'm talking 30 degrees. Okay, you probably don't want a night down there at 30 degrees without some down on you. Depending on the weather, I might sleep up near the tops of the hills on the ground with a piece of Reflectix or a sleep pad and a tarp. Alright, so I'm going to stop here, use the binocular a little bit. You can see I've got the saguaro cactus. I'm going to use the shadow to shade the front of the binocular so that I can glass up here. Well, I've been glassing for a little while, kind of hitting all the regular hot spots. You can see I got that little bit of shade there from the saguaro. I'm about to lose it though. The mirage and heat waves are already pretty furious. I'm about 600-700 yards from the hill, so I can see pretty good with the 10 powers on the tripod. And I saw a crested saguaro right there in the center of the screen. See how the top is kind of flared out and it kind of looks kind of palmated a little bit. It's a kind of a rare mutation. To my knowledge, they still don't know what really causes that. Some people suspect that it's a fungus or something that happens when the saguaro is younger, but they end up growing into that fan shape, and it's called a crested saguaro. And considered somewhat rare. Kind of cool to see it out there and spot it with the binoculars. It's the best way of seeing lots of stuff out here is with the binoculars. When I was coming down the shale up there, I thought for a second, I should probably stop and put on my gloves, but they were in my backpack, and you know, it's real easy to slip on that stuff. Even, you know, just fall 1 foot and touch your butt on the ground, but your hands go down. And so, yeah, probably should have put my gloves on. The shale is so sharp. Oh well, live and learn. Anyhow, it was a great night out here. I say, if you're unsure, you're not sure if you want to go out, just do it. When I was coming out here last night, I thought, oh man, why am I giving up my nice bed to come out here? Well, as soon as I chilled out, got my camp set up a little bit, got my sleep spot set up, and started looking up at the stars, I knew right away why I came out. And hearing the coyotes last night, the owls, I heard a big owl swoop into a tree a saguaro last night, and just sat there and hooted for about 20 minutes. And the coyotes were howling, and it was just neat. If you're not sure if you should go out, I mean, even if it's like some secluded park somewhere that's safe, you know, just go do it. Get up in the morning and have a neat little breakfast like this. It's so easy, so easy, and I still got the whole day left. It's only 8:30 right now. All right, guys, thanks for tagging along. I know this video is random and basically about nothing, just an overnight trip. So, thanks for tagging along.